Hi, I'm Jill. Thanks for joining me today. We have a short little sequence flow that just includes a little bit of everything today. So all you need is your mat. I'll see you in just a second. Go ahead and join me down on the mat, and let's just take a moment to close off our eyes, and you can find a position that's comfortable for you, just to let your hands settle and your arms to feel supported and allow your attention to come into your body. And then allow your attention to find the entirety of your spine. And allow your attention to find your breath. And allow your attention to just be placed upon anything else in your body that's calling you. And without opening your eyes just yet, let's take a few really calm, collective breaths all together. So just allow your exhale to move out when you're ready on your own time, allowing it to move outward. And we'll breathe in for 2 counts. Here we go, breathing in 1, 2. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in, and out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, out. 2, 3, 4, and just allow the breath to find its own natural place and rhythm. And then you can just very gently open your eyes. And just take a little shake out of your hands, just filling some blood flow to that very most peripheral part of your upper body. And just keep that shake going for a minute. And you can play with how you shake. And then just rest. Just bring your hands to the tops of your thighs and give them a really gentle rub back and forth, just getting your shoulders to glide in the sockets as you're energizing the front of your thighs and telling your quadriceps to relax and engage. And you can take that same motion down the outside of your legs, down your IT bands, getting some energetic flow up and down the sides of your thighs. And let's just bring one arm forward, kind of like you're in the shower washing, and just get some circulation on the top side of that arm. And then you can flip it over and get some circulation on the elbow crease. And just switch sides, sending some energy to the top side of the arm. And then flip it over and send it to the elbow crease. And rest. Just come over and join me on all fours. Take a moment to just carefully place yourself so that your knees are under your hips and your hands are under your shoulders, and that you have an awareness of a connection between the very tippy top of your head and the very bottom of your tailbone. And let's just take a moment to draw our attention to our lower abdominals. See if you can just allow your lower abdominals to soften and hang like a warm cat belly without changing the shape of your spine. And see if the exhale can gently draw those abdominals up and in. And again, inhale, see if you can allow them to just soften and release without changing the shape of your spine. And exhale, draw them up and in, hugging your lower organs towards the inside part of your spine. And just allow everything to soften and release on the inhale. And let's take it into a little bit of a rock. Send your tailbone back and send the tip of your head forward, and send your tailbone back and send the tip of your head forward. And again, take your tailbone back and then your head forward. And let's take it side to side. Take your entire spine over to one side and then take it over to the other, feeling your weight shift, feeling one arm and thigh bone draw into your body as the other arm and thigh bone kind of reach away, and then we switch. One side draws into the body and one side finds its way deeper into the floor. Just shifting side to side. And come back to a center point, and let's connect all those dots. So just swaying forward and around, circling. If you're not already in a position with your toes tucked under, go ahead and tuck your toes under for some added support. And circling around. And reverse your circle. And take it one more time. And rest. So just find a place where you're maybe a little better organized now with your weight even on all four limbs, and take that exhale into a lower spine tilt with your tailbone coming under and your belly coming up and in, and then an inhale to release it. So it's just the lower spine. You don't have to engage the upper back yet. Tilt that tailbone under on the exhale, and then just let it soften and release on the inhale. Again, exhale to scoop that tailbone under, lengthening your lower back down. And inhale, let it release back up. And last time, exhale. And release. Good. Just go ahead and sit your weight back onto your feet. And give your hands and wrists another little shake out, since we were there for a good bit of time. And then we're going to rock our weight around in a few different positions on our wrists. So come back onto all fours And then you just get to play. So maybe just turn one wrist over, but you're going to be really gentle and just rock back and forth, back and forth. If it's too intense, just back off a little bit. And switch so that you're alternating with the other side. And then maybe take both fingertips facing away from each other as you swivel, or excuse me, glide side to side. And then tuck one of those hands under the opposite way, but keep the glide going. And then switch. And rest. Again, just sit back and give yourself another little shake out. And then we're going to come down to side lying. And you can either lie all the way down, either just flat on the mat, or you can put a cushion under your head, or you can prop yourself up like this and just have some awareness of the underside of your waistline being supported. Let's extend that top leg out, and you're going to both flex the foot and then gently curve the toes over to find your foot dome, and then just take a little bit of up and down motion, keeping the breath soft and keeping your tummy gently engaged, and continuing with that motion. And then hold at the top, and now you're going to take it forward a little bit and back a little bit, just front and back. And then let's just connect all of those dots, so finding a circle. And reverse it for a few. And fold that leg in, and then we're going to take it into a clam. So just leading with the outside of your edge to press open, and leading with the entire inside edge of your leg to close. Pressing open and close and open and close. You connect the breath if you'd like. Exhale to open and inhale to close. Finding your pelvis nice and stable and responsive, so your hips are stacked over the top of each other. It's really easy in this position, I feel like, to let your top hip fall back too far behind you, and rest. And let's just switch over to the other side. And again, find an arm position that works for you. Extend that top leg and dome the foot. And here we go. Bringing it up and down and up and down. And a few more, just up and down, and then take it back and forward. Good. Maintaining the dome of the foot, sensing the motion deep in the hip socket, and allowing your whole spine to participate, really being responsive and connected. And then take it into a circle. And let's reverse the circle. And fold it in. And here we go. Clams, exhaling to open, inhale to close, exhale to open, inhale to close, and open, and close. Good. Again, open and close. One more here. Press it open, keeping your hips nice and stable, and close, and rest. Let's roll over onto our back. Go ahead and get yourself knees bent. And if you need some support for your head, like a small cushion, if you're pretty tight through the upper body, go ahead and organize that as well. And let's just allow the arms to settle wherever they're comfortable. You can be out by your side, palms facing up, or palms facing down on your tummy, or kind of in a prayer position. And we're just going to start with that tailbone scoop again. So find an exhale, scoop your tailbone under, press your feet into the mat, and just allow your pelvis to float up. Soften through your breastbone, set your vertebrae down one at a time from top to bottom. Scoop your tailbone back up. And here we go again. Exhale, scoop your tailbone under. Your low back will flatten and widen. Peel those vertebrae up, bottom to top. At the top, find a breath and soften your sternum into your body and start reaching your spine down towards the mat, top to bottom. Scoop the tailbone up. And again, exhale, scoop the tailbone down. Let it peel the whole spine off of the mat. And reverse, soften your sternum. Set those vertebrae down top to bottom. And rest. Good. Just allow one knee to draw in towards you and the other knee to draw away, keeping your feet on the mat, all 10 toes forward. And switch. So it's like a little kind of scissoring action. Take one knee away and one knee towards you, and switch. Try and keep your pelvis, the backside of your pelvis on the mat, and your feet gently connected to the mat. Nice and soft, no gripping or tensing. And again, one knee away and one knee towards. And alternate one last time and rest. Go ahead and draw your left knee up towards your chest, and you're just going to hold it here. We're just going to take a little bit of an isometric contraction. So you're going to gently press your leg into your hands and your hands into your leg at the same time, and see if you can do that in a way that allows your spine to feel decompressed. And then release. Again, exhale and press. And release. We'll take two more. Exhale and press. And release. And one more time to press. And release. And then shift your hands so that they're on the front of your thigh bone. And we're going to take that same isometric contraction, but just in this different position. So again, press your hands into the front of your thigh and your thigh into the front of your hands, and release. And again, press and release. Two more times. You don't want to press so hard that it's causing distortion in your spine. The whole point is to just press enough so that it creates some traction, some expansion in the body. And one last time, press and release. Good. Let's just repeat that on the other side. Bring your knee up and gently press that shin into your hands. If you're having a hard time reaching your leg, you can always use a strap or a towel. And again, gently press and release and press and release. One last time, press and release. And find your hands on the front of your thigh to press. And again, press and press and press, and then lower both legs for a minute. You can just give yourself a little bit of a wiggle out. And then bring both legs up gently one at a time. You can put your hands on the tops of your shins if you'd like, or leave your hands down by your side. So ever so gently supporting the deep inside part of your lower spine. And we have an exhale to find that little bit of a curve again. So you're rocking your pelvis, but controlling it completely from your breath, and a deep lower abdominal contraction. Your hands are not doing anything, they're just resting there. Again, exhale to tilt. And inhale to release. And exhale to tilt. And inhale to release. And last time, exhale to tilt. And release. And rest. Lower your legs just gently one at a time. And we'll take one last thing here on our back, so you can bring your legs up again when you're ready. And we're just going to take a little bit of adductor inner thigh stretch. So just gently peeling the thighs open and then closing. Peeling open and closing and open and close and open and close. Good. Rest. Lower those legs one at a time, and you can roll over onto your tummy. And let your legs go out, maybe wider than mat width if you would like, and then just come down so that your forehead, elbows are kind of in a position that's comfortable for you width-wise, but let your forehead come down to your hands. And we're going to take a little bit of extension work. So just, you're going to float one leg and set it down, and then you're going to float the other leg and set it down. So keeping your pelvis, the front of your pelvis anchored into the mat, float that leg and set it down. Again, float the opposite leg and set it down and float and hold this time, excuse me, and we're just going to add a little bit of ankle circle to that. So keep the legs suspended, so it's really active, hovering in the air there, and then you're adding some ankle mobility to it, and reverse the circle. And lower that leg, float the other leg up, and find a circle. And reverse the circle. And rest. You can adjust your arms if you'd like to a different place that feels comfortable. And then you're just going to tuck all of your toes under and allow your knees to soften. You're going to exhale and just shoot your thighs and your knees off of the floor. And then inhale, let them soften back down. Again, exhale, shoot your knees off of the floor, lengthen through your heels, and allow your thighs to drop back to the mat. Exhale, extend, and inhale, bend, and exhale, extend, and inhale, bend. Last time, exhale, extend, and inhale, bend. Good, and rest. So just come up a little bit higher now if your spine allows. If not, you can stay nice and low. And we're going to add a little bit of rotation in, but in spinal extension. So you're just going to take your gaze over your shoulder and look back at that leg on the same side, and then shift your gaze and look back, and take your eyeballs with you, looking over your shoulder and down all the way down towards your foot, and shift your gaze And look down towards your foot. And one more time, looking down. And down. And rest. Good. So just when you're ready, you can walk your hands back in and then press yourself up off of the mat. And let's just end with a little bit of strength work through our upper bodies. So you can bring your hands kind of into that 4-point quadruped position, tabletop, whatever you want to call it again. And then you're just going to walk your knees out a little bit further this time so that they're not necessarily right under your hips. And then we're going to take that same little bit of pelvic tuck. We'll take you into an undulation through the spine and then lead with the tailbone to come back again. So you have a pelvic tuck to go forward and release the tailbone and lead with it to pull back. 2 more. Scoop that tailbone under and glide your spine and pelvis forward and lead with the tailbone to pull back. And again, last time we're going to hold here in this suspended place, and you're just going to take a micro bend in the elbows and extend. Micro bend and extend. Micro bend and extend. Micro bend and extend. Lead with your tailbone to push back. You can settle all the way into a child's pose or some variation of it that feels right to you today. And then just walk yourself back around so that you're facing me, finding yourself kind of where we began in a comfortable seated position. And let's just take a little nod of the head to the side and wrap it around to the front and take it side, wrap it around to the back, let your whole spine participate, side and front, side and back. Let's reverse it, other side, wrap it down, and rest. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully that was a helpful little movement sequence to get you going. I will see you again really soon. Thank you so much. Take care and bye for now.